What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got more green Digimon to look at from that next adventure set. In fact, we have the final green Digimon to take a little bit of a look at, and I know that some of these are going to be pretty exciting because some of these are ones people have been asking for a little while. So let's start off having a little bit of a look at Metal Kabuterimon. Now here we got a 6 cost to play normally, 6,000 power level 4, both very much on the higher end. We got a 3 cost to Digivolve from a level 3, but only a 1 cost to Digivolve from a level 4, and we've seen a couple of these in this set and in other sets, to be fair, and my point is very much the same for all of them. Here, there are many reasons why you would want to Digivolve a level 4 into a level 4. We've all seen that Digiburst is one of the strongest archetypes that Green have got. This gives you one more Digivolution source, which gives you more uses of Digiburst. But also, you're paying 1 memory to Digivolve, you draw a card when you Digivolve. Honestly, sometimes it is worth the Digivolution just to draw that card. But it's also got that skill that we've seen on a few cards in this set, which says you may Digivolve it from your hand onto one of your green tamers, as if that tamer was a level 3 green Digimon, for a memory cost of 2. So you pay 1 memory to Digivolve from a level 4, 2 memory to Digivolve from a tamer, 3 memory to Digivolve from a level 3. Yes, there are multiple choices, cool, I suppose, ladies and gentlemen. Cool. And then we've got another skill whereby when you are Digivolving, if a card with Hybrid is in its traits, or JB Shibayama, and we will get to him later, is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, you may suspend one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 power or less. So, again, we've got an evolution skill, which only comes in if you Digivolve essentially up from a tamer. Or a hybrid, because this would actually work if you Digivolve up from just a hybrid Digimon. So my point here is that you can actually just suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. I mean, 1 cost to Digivolve, suspend a Digimon, that ain't bad. And obviously suspending Digimon is very, very much what we generally tend to see from green decks. That is their special skill. I'm not in love with this one, if I'm honest with you. It's fine. I like all the Digivolution routes, but just suspending 1 Digimon, and even then it's only 6,000 power or less, does seem a little bit on the weak side to me. And there is another level 4 we can look at, but I don't know if anyone's getting terribly excited. It's Monochromon, and of course, as you can see from the screen here, we very much have a vanilla Digimon. 6 cost to play normally, 2 cost to Digivolve, 8,000 power. To be fair, 8,000 power is a little bit nuts for a level 4. It is huge, because the average level 5 is 7,000 power. So this means you can take out resting level 5s. It means that when you attack the stack, you're only really worried about level 6s and 7s. This is high for a level 4, but we've got so many super cheap to Digivolve level 4s and all of that I just don't think I'm going to want to play this, you know. I primarily play green decks, and I look at this and I'm like, ooh, 8,000 power, that's high. But I don't want to put it into a deck. And I think that pretty much tells you everything you need to know. Not bad, absolutely not bad. There are plenty of reasons to want to play it, but I don't think it's particularly good, and that's kind of my problem here. So moving over into level 5s, we've got a second vanilla Digimon that might look like it's in the same evolution line, because it totally is. It's Triceramon. Now, we've got a vanilla Digimon, like I've said, so we've got 6 cost to play normally, 2 cost to Digivolve, 7,000 power. No, I don't like this at all. At least with Monochromon, it was the usual level 4 evolution cost, and it was more powerful than your average level 5. Here, I mean, your average level 5 is 737, and this is 627. So it's 1 less to play normally, but that's not huge. 1 less to Digivolve, but that's not huge. And again, if you want cheap Digivolution, green is about the best colour out there. And then you don't even get any kind of power bump. You've just got the regular, ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill power that we would expect to see from a level 5 Digimon. So I'm afraid I've got to look at this one and just be like, It's not bad per se, but I don't think it's good. I don't think there's anything about this card that I can really look at and go, yes, I like this. I look at it and I go, it's a functioning Digimon card. I have seen worse cards. But there's nothing I look about this and go, yes, that's awesome. But another level 5 we can look at, which does also Digivolve from a card we've had a look at today, which I think might be a little bit more exciting for some people, is Rhino Kabuterimon. 9 cost to play normally, which is huge. 3 cost to Digivolve is standard, 8,000 power is high. But when one of your Digimon with a Tamer card in its Digivolution cards Digivolves into this card in your hand, you reduce the memory cost of that Digivolution by 2. So that means that when you are Digivolving from a Tamer, or a Digimon that's Digivolved from a Tamer, I should say, it's not a 3 cost to Digivolve, it's a 1 cost to Digivolve. And I tell you what, straight off the bat, a 1 cost to Digivolve level 5 is good. But you've also got a skill there when you are attacking. If a card with Hybrid or Insectoid in its traits is in your Digivolution cards, you can Digivolve into a Digimon card with Insectoid or 10 Warriors in its traits in your hand for a memory cost of 3. So basically, when you are attacking, you can Digivolve up straight away. And then you just get rolling from that regard, and that's actually kind of cool. The thing is, you've got to pay that memory cost of 3. So you really want to be trying to save some memory here. Otherwise, you're Digivolving from your hand, you could have just Digivolved up before you started attacking. But the good news is we have got some memory that can be saved here. So, for instance, Granku Wagamon from BT7. That is a 4 cost to Digivolve, so you can go and save yourself a memory there. Or the Hercules Kabuterimon from the starter deck is a 4 cost to Digivolve, so you can go and save yourself a little bit of memory there. There is some memory to be saved. Honestly, this is one of those skills. We see this every so often where it kind of feels like I'm missing something. Like when you're attacking, if you meet the conditions, you can Digivolve into a card with a memory cost of 3. Now, what it does not say here is a level 6. So what you could do is start mucking around here and Digivolve into a level 3 or 4, and then keep Digivolving up and build up some huge stack, which is great for Digiburst, etc. There are weird things you can do here. You can basically use this as a level 5, go and Digivolve into a level 3. Tentamon is an Insectoid that would totally work here. And you could then start kind of building up from there. It would work. And then obviously, you've got all your Digiburst and all of that, and you've got so many evolution sources, and I think you can make some weird decks with this, but this really is not something that appeals to me greatly. I want to just be going up into my level 6s or 7s. Maybe that makes me a bad person. But, it's there, ladies and gentlemen. It is there. In terms of 10 warriors for green, we've got the one we're going to look at in a moment, and that's it. Oh no, that's a lie. We got Ancient Troimon, which, to be fair, Ancient Troimon is a 5 cost to Digivolve. So actually, if you want to be playing an Ancient Troimon deck here, you can pay 3 memory to Digivolve into it rather than the usual 5. So if you are playing an Ancient Troimon deck, there is a strong argument that this becomes a really good level 5. But then we get up to the big boy, we get up to the level 6 that I know a lot of people have been waiting for. It is AncientBeetlemon, that obviously is a 10 warriors type, obviously. We've got a 13 cost to play normally, 5 cost to Digivolve, 13,000 power. Given that the average is 11-3-11, 13-5-13 is absolutely huge. And then, of course, remember that we've got that skill we saw on Rhino Kabuterimon there that lets you, when you're attacking, Digivolve into this for a 3 cost rather than a 5 cost. So essentially, that Rhino dude is for Ancient Troimon and this. Like I've said, it seems to be from the translation we've got that you can do some weird things where you go from a level 5 into a level 3 and get extra Digivolution sources and all of that. But generally speaking, you're just using it to Digivolve more easily into this. And then on your turn, once per turn, when one of your Digimon with 10 warriors or higher within its traits deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. And this is absolutely huge. Because you've got a 10 warrior or a hybrid, you have to delete just any of your opponent's Digimon and survive, and then you get to trash a security card. So frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thinking anything that's got piercing. Now, unfortunately, I've been to DigimonCard.dev and gone and had a look. They've got a fantastic website where you can search for all kinds of Digimon TCG things. And I've searched for hybrid Digimon or 10 warrior Digimon that have piercing, and there aren't that many. There is one, incidentally. Can anyone remember who it is? Yeah, it's the Pedaldramon from BT7. 7,000 power level 4, it is a hybrid, and it does have piercing. That's what I would personally like here, because you essentially take out a Digimon, hopefully, and survive. Then you get to trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. But then, because you've got piercing, you get to attack the security and take out a second. And even if you get taken out by the security card, and let's face it, you got 7,000 power, there's a pretty decent chance you will. Even if that happens, you've got 2 security cards down from attacking with a 7,000 power level 4. This is going to lead to some really, really fun combos. Also, on deletion, you may play 1 green level 4 or lower card with hybrid in its traits from your hand without paying its memory cost. And frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I want Pedaldramon. Like, there are other options. The Beetlemon we looked at the other day is absolutely an option, but that's got a really nice Digivolution skill, so the Digivolution skill, for anyone that's forgotten, you reveal 5 cards on the top of your deck, add a Digimon with hybrid in its form, and a JB Shibayama from among them to your hand. But that's a Digivolution skill, you want to Digivolve into it. And then we've got Arbamon, which is just a cheap level 4 vanilla hybrid, which I know is kind of an oxymoron, but I'm cool with it. So you know what? Yeah, I want to play Pedaldramon, and then I want to take advantage of this, and I think this is a pretty cool combo. I don't know if I adore this card, but if you're playing a 10 warriors or hybrid green deck, every time you delete a Digimon in battle and survive, you get to trash the top card of your opponent's security. That is awesome, but I think if you don't have piercing, then you run into the issue of, well, you know what? I could have just attacked the stack and gotten rid of a card. But I think if you've got piercing and you get to do both, this could be something special. Now, I do keep mentioning that green tamer, but we've not actually had a look at JB Shibayama yet, so let's have a gander. We've got a free cost to play normally, and we've got that thing whereby it's got a skill that lets you play it as a security card. Remember, up till this set, all of the tamers had a security skill that played it. Now they've got a main skill, which is play it as a security. It's weird, but it means the same thing. Oh yeah, and it's got piercing as an inheritable skill. And I've just spent the last few minutes explaining to you why we want piercing. Why AncientBeetlemon would be so much better if we had piercing. And I'm afraid I've slow-rolled you a little bit, and I should probably feel a bit guilty about that, but I really don't, and I'm sorry. This is perfect. Like, absolutely perfect. It's ridiculous. It is, and I mean this literally, exactly what we want. Like I say, I have spent the last couple of minutes making an argument as to why piercing would be absolutely brilliant with these Digimon, especially AncientBeetlemon, and now we turn around and it just so happens that the tamer gives us piercing as an inheritable skill. And this is a game changer, because now you're going to have piercing. Although, like I say, Pedaldramon's still a great option, and when you get deleted and you get to play a level 4 or lower Digimon for free, you still want that to be Pedaldramon. But now you can roll, and the translation we've got from DigimonCard.dev, and remember they've been good at this, is not when one of your other Digimon, it just says when one of your Digimon with 10 warriors or hybrid in its traits deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives. So that means that if AncientBeetlemon itself deletes a Digimon in battle and survives, you get to trash the top card of your opponent's security. And if you've got piercing as well, you've got 13,000 power. So except for very, very rare level 6s and level 7s, you're going to be able to attack and delete any resting Digimon. At which point, you get to essentially take out 2 security cards and a big Digimon, and you've got 13,000 power, so although you can be taken out by a security card, it's rather unlikely that you will be. The most likely situation is you attack with AncientBeetlemon, take out a level 6 Digimon, trash the top card of your opponent's security, then attack the stack and survive. You've taken out a big Digimon and 2 security cards and you're still on the field. That is when I start getting very, very excited about this card. But I want to know how excited you are. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross and you've been watching Wasi Plays.